Let's take you to this story. Economic Freedom Fighters leader Julius Malema expected this morning to visit areas across eThekwini to offer aid to flood victims. Mop-up operations have been intensified in the province. Search and rescue teams, along with members of the South African Defence Force, have also converged on the province. Bongani Gema is standing by for us now. Bongani, what can you tell us about where you are now?
Well, Desiree, thank you very much, and good morning to the SABC viewers. Desiree, we are at Clear Estates here in Durban, Quarry Road. Behind me is a church that has now been turned into a shelter for residents who have lost their homes. Desiree, you'll remember the visuals that my colleague Ayanda Mhlongo brought you here in Quarry Road, where our shacks were completely destroyed. What we saw there, Desiree, is that people had built their homes on the banks of the river, and when the river burst, it then swept away their homes. Not far from here, you remember the story that my colleague Vusi Kumalo brought you, where in a house of 5, including a helper died, including a 1-month-old baby leaving behind a parent, 2 parents, and a 7-year-old sibling. The last time that my colleagues were here, we heard that about 18 people had been confirmed dead. So we understand that the EFF CIC is here to witness the devastation that has been left here and offer aid. As you can see behind me, the food parcels and the blankets that have been delivered to the place. We understand that the CIC is not here yet, but I'll just bring in the EFF Secretary General Umashal Jamin just to tell us about their plans today. SG, thank you very much for your time. Just briefly tell us the aid that the EFF is bringing here today.
Look, thank you to you, and thank you to the viewers at home. The President and the Commander-in-Chief is on the way. We are moving to where the disaster happened. We just came here to the community hall where these communities are being accommodated by the church here. But for us, we're not here for anything except firstly to listen to communities, because we are an organization that listens to communities. We don't come from where we come from and tell them what are their problems. They know what are their problems. They know the living conditions. So the President, that's exactly what he's here to do, to listen to communities, to see things by himself, and the communities, they must tell him and the organization what kind of assistance that they need. That's what we are here. We've been on different wards. We're going to visit all the wards, all the communities. What we are bringing is just humanity, that you can't come to people when they've not had a plate of food since these floods have started. When we're on the ground with our communities, they're saying to us, even food is no longer a necessity now. If you can get a glass of water, because there's no clean running water since this disaster has happened. But what is happening is ANC leaders taking water for themselves, the premiers and everyone. So we're here to listen to communities so that we can go back and try to come with permanent solutions. But we can tell you without any doubt that the permanent solution on these issues that affects our majority of black people in the entire country, even what is happening in the Western Cape and KZN, until we resolve the issue of land, everything else it's a sideshow. Because where these people are staying, they are staying on riverbanks, and it's not them, because we've been lied that our people are irresponsible. They go and build in riverbanks. In these areas, we found low-cost housing. That means even the government is involved on putting our people in dangerous areas to make sure that when in dangerous areas, so that when there are these floods and everything, they go there. Because if a low-cost house is been built on a riverbank, it means it's part of town planning. So it's an ANC government that has taken our people to put them in these areas. So we must not be shocked about it.
SG, we remember that the EFF once called for people to land grab. Maybe some of these people who built their homes in these low-lying areas may have been responding to the call from the EFF. What is your response to that perception?
No, we never call for land grab. We call for land occupation. We say to our people, when they see a beautiful piece of land and they like it, they must occupy that land. And we're not changing that. And our people, on all the programs that we've done, our people are not fools. They've never had any occupation that is EFF-led that went to build on the riverbanks. They went to nice pieces of land. Even those people, they are saying, these ones where they are, it's where they've been pushed by the ANC government. Our people are not fools. There's no way they can leave a nice piece of land that is safe, secured, and they go and build homes for their own children. They are not suicidal. They went to occupy. That's why I said go and look for nice pieces of land that are safe and then go and occupy. And they must continue to occupy, because the ones that have been given by government, all the proper areas and proper land parcels, they've been reserved for the minorities and those that control the economy. And our people have been pushed into dangerous areas and mountains and riverbanks. And there's no occupation of the EFF that has taken people there. We only occupy fertile and proper land.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. That was EFF Secretary General Marshall Dlamini telling us that the EFF is here to provide food parcels and blankets, but not only that, to listen to the communities that have been affected, to hear their concerns. They are also calling for their people to be relocated from these areas that are not conducive for them to settle on, saying that proper housing should be provided by government, saying that we also posed the question that the EFF, remember, called for people to occupy land, saying that, well, these people who built their houses in low-lying areas were not responding to the call from the EFF. The EFF was saying that people must go to nice places and build their homes there. We'll remain here and wait for the CIC to arrive. We understand it's going to land at the airport and then drive here. It's going to be driving around the area to see the damage that has been suffered in this area, and then we'll bring you that to you, back to you in the studio.